you know, you can't have all of your eggs in that one basket because it's too easy for that basket to come crashing down. Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Auntie Bri, and today I'm going to be preaching from the gospel of AMC Screens Unseen. I really need everyone to get on board because I feel like Screen Unseen is something that, like, the theater should be packed for this. I think there's maybe like 20 people in the theater every time I go. For me, this is appointment viewing, okay? Screen Unseen is the highlight of my week. It's the best way to start the week, okay? Because Screen Unseen is on a Monday. I think Regal's version is like Mystery Movie Monday or something like that. You know, if you like alliteration, that's cool. AMC is closer to me, so I go to AMC. Their version of it is Screen Unseen. And every Monday they have a different movie that has not been released, or it's like an indie movie, like something small that they're trying to kind of focus group, I guess, a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen like someone with clipboards like watching us to see like, oh, I wonder how they're feeling about it. Like, no one's asking us any questions after the fact. It's literally just, hey, we're not going to tell you what the movie is. We'll give you a rating. It'll be a little discounted. Come to the movies. And I really appreciate that because a lot of stuff that is played for Seen Unseen, I would not have gone to see on my own. And as much as I'm starting to enjoy going to the movies and the theater experience and learning more about different films, I'm still in my bag of, is this really within my interest area? My interest area is mainly like comedies and explosions. That's really my two main things. It's like, I want to laugh and I want to see stuff blow up. I'm very easy to please when it comes to movies, but a lot of the movies that are shown with Screen Unseen are mainly dramas, because that's what's usually on the indie circuit, is more of like your deeper, more content rich movies that like have a message and want to say something, and they're trying to have something be portrayed with their movie. And I can appreciate that from an artistic standpoint. So that's why I'm always down to go to the Screen Unseen to see what's going on. And before we get into my spoiler-free review of the movie, which by the way, I haven't said it yet, the Screen Unseen movie for this week was Song Sung Blue, which again, I would not have seen on my own. But of course, you know, I'm the person who always likes to get to the theater as early as possible because I like to catch the trailers. So I always like to see what's coming up next, just because like I'm not as big into watching movie trailers online. I don't actually know what I want to watch. You know, like sometimes they'll have like, here's a compilation list of things that are coming out in the next month. I don't know what I want to see. Tell me what I want to see. I appreciate going to the movies and seeing different trailers so that I can, you know, decide if it's something I want to see or not. So the first trailer that showed was for a movie called Marty. It's about a like table tennis prodigy who is, you know, kind of going the starving artist route to where like he doesn't necessarily have the funds to be able to fully explore. I didn't realize that table tennis was such an expensive sport. Like, it's giving like water polo. Like, why is the barrier to entry so high? The main character is very passionate about playing tennis. Tyler, the creator, is in it, and it's just kind of a story of an Italian dude with a dream. And it's a period piece. It does seem pretty fun. I might go see it. I'm not as enthused about table tennis, but it does seem like the story might be pretty good. The next trailer was for I Was a Stranger. As soon as I saw Omar Sy, I was like, I'm here for all of this. I don't even really care what the rest of the movie is. Omar Sy is in it, so I'm here. Omar Sy had my attention since Lupin. Like, and if y'all haven't seen Lupin on Netflix, because you know Netflix is real good about taking stuff off their platform. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it because it's so good. I think it's 3 seasons out. I don't know if they're doing any more. Honestly, I let Netflix tell me a new season is up. I don't search as deep for stuff. I'm realizing I'm not the best at this whole like movie commentator thing. I just watch the movie and talk about it. I should probably do better about the peripheral of seeing what all is happening in the world. But anyway, I Was a Stranger is about Syrian refugees and their struggle with surviving during the war and different people's efforts to escape. It's very interesting and it looks very moving even just from the trailer. And I don't think this is necessarily anything that has like a big twist to it. Like, it does seem very straightforward. The next trailer was for a movie called The Plague. The synopsis for this is just preteen boys are the worst. This movie seems so creepy. It's about these boys who are on, I guess, a swim team, but there's one young man who has some kind of like rash on his back. Supposedly the rash is like super contagious and like if you touch him then like you catch the rash as well. But then there's like a new boy who joins the team and like doesn't like how the other kid is being ostracized, so he tries to be his friend, but then like I guess he gets infected. But like, is the plague actually real? Is it all like built up in their heads because preteen boys are literally the worst and they're just like picking at each other and being mean? I couldn't really tell, but it did look a little creepy. Like, I would probably be jumping a little bit and I was just like, no, I'm gonna have to let somebody else go see that one, because either I'm gonna be scared or I'm gonna be mad. Those are two feelings I don't like to feel when I'm watching movies. I want to be happy and joyous and have a good time. I don't want to be mad and scream at the screen about how these little boys need to get their life together. Not gonna do it. The next trailer was for a movie called Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Explores the dynamics of family relationships. So there are, I want to say, either 3 or 4 different families that we are exploring. I'm assuming that they're all gonna like come together at some point and they all have some kind of connective tissue. That's usually what happens with movies where you have like a bunch of different like plot points and the points seem to be going in different directions. They'll always come together at some point. The last trailer was for a movie called Midwinter Break. Honestly, don't fully understand what this movie is about, because in the trailer it was about a man and a woman. They've been married for a while and they're going on a date, and within the date the wife is like, I need to tell you something, and it like flashes back to her pregnant. And then she's in a hospital room, not like in the bed, but she's like in a hospital. And I'm just like, what? And I know that like the whole point of the trailer is to get you interested, but they're not going to tell you the whole thing. But I still just don't. I'm assuming that whatever the information is that she had for the husband was distressing. My biggest question was, we see her pregnant, but at no point in the trailer is there signs of them having a child. So did she have an abortion? Did she give the child up for adoption? Did the child pass away? Did she do something to, like, I'm assuming that whatever happened to the child, she told the husband something different. And now, like 30 years later, she's finally telling him the truth. And he's like, how could you do something like this? I don't fully know if I want to see it. I don't know, I might have to watch the trailer again, because I was sitting there, I was just like, what's happening right now? I was so confused. But yes, those were the trailers. So Song Sung Blue stars Hugh Jackman as Mike, aka Lightning, and Kate Hudson as Claire, aka Thunder. And they are a married tribute band. Like, there's more people in the band, but they're like, the main thing is like, it's literally Thunder and Lightning. They start as like 2 completely separate tribute artists, because Claire is like a Patsy Cline tribute artist person, but she can do like, other stuff, but she just really enjoys doing Patsy Cline. I forgot who Mike was, because it really wasn't important, because it didn't last but for like maybe 10 minutes. And Claire's like, you should do Neil Diamond. And Mike's like, I don't look like Neil Diamond, but that ain't nothing a pair of scissors can't fix, my boy. Everything is going really well, and then an accident happens that kind of derails their momentum, and they have to kind of navigate this new space that they're in. The movie itself explores the kind of real life, you know, having a dream and having a passion of something that really drives you and that you really want to do and that you put your all into, and what happens if that is taken away, if you're not able to do it. But then also, while you're doing it, how are you able to survive? But, you know, they have to have day jobs as well, because, you know, being a tribute artist isn't necessarily paying the bills. It's them being able to balance, you know, responsibilities of being parents, responsibilities of having other jobs, responsibilities of also taking care of themselves, and still trying to find that passion and then that happiness in their lives within their blended family. Both of the daughters are coming together and saying, like, music kind of saved my parents' life. It's really interesting to see how much weight and how much power this thing has over the both of them, because you get to see what life looks like for the both of them with and without their music. Just kind of exploring their journeys of music and their love for it, their love for each other, their love for their kids, and just wanting to share the joy of Neil Diamond's catalog. Mike lets us know multiple times that Neil Diamond has so many other songs than just Sweet Caroline. I learned a lot of Neil Diamond songs through this movie, and some I might actually listen to, because they had like a little book that had his like sheet music in it, and it was a thick little book, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is an extensive catalog. Like, love to see it. It's just a really good movie. And at first, like when it started, I was like, okay, you know, it's a little cheesy musical, because I had actually seen the trailer for it before. I didn't think I was interested in watching the movie. I was like, oh, you know, Hugh Jackman singing and stuff, it's gonna be a little musical, whatever. But again, it's on me for trying to judge a movie by its poster, because there's so much more depth than what I thought. Same thing with Running Man. I thought Running Man was just going to be explosions and dude just running down the street. But Running Man has so much more depth to it, and like an actual message. And Song Song Blue, the message is so... I was in tears by the end of the movie. Like, it's such a good message of like, you have to have balance. Like, you have to find happiness within yourself, but also what are your external sources of happiness? Like, you know, your love for your family, your love for your friends. What other things are you involved in that bring you happiness? Because if something gets taken away, you know, you can't have all of your eggs in that one basket, because it's too easy for that basket to come crashing down. I really appreciated the growth within the movie, because I was nervous, because with the movie it'll tell you like, okay, so it's rated PG-13 and it's 2 hours long. And I was like, 2 hours is a very long time. The movie flows very well. You do feel the 2 hours, but it's not that bad. Like, once the movie gets going and you kind of like really get into it, it's really, really good. I definitely recommend it. It's not necessarily a musical just because there are songs in it, because the songs don't necessarily do anything to advance the plot. It is just a movie with songs in it. If you all watch it, please let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. This will be my last video until 2026, but I wish you all the happiest of holidays. I hope you all get to spend time with the people that it is that you want to spend time with, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye.